Hello there. Today I'm going to be doing Will I Survive This Book? This was a challenge set for me by Lauren from Lauren's Library, and I've picked 5 books where I basically have to tell you whether I think I would survive until the end. Y'all ever met me? I ain't surviving much. But the first one I have decided to go with is the Cirque du Freak saga, or if it's in the UK, it's the Saga of Darren Shan. I picked this one really because I wanted 5 and I could only find 4. But if I was turned into a vampire for the sake of this series, I think I'd survive pretty well. Like, not many deaths occur unless you're very much involved in the action. I wouldn't be that involved in the action. Like, I am not a person to get involved in other people's drama. I just sit and watch on the sidelines. It's great. I love watching the drama because I'm not involved in it. It ain't my drama. You be as dramatic as you want. I'll stay over here and judge you for it. That's what I like. I wouldn't get involved in all of the drama going on with Darren right now with this. Not my place, not my business, not my fight. If I was involved in the fight, I'd like to say I'd survive because I'd fight and I'd be really good at it. I honestly think I'd either die because I fought and I'd be rubbish, or I'd survive because I ran away. But I think I would survive because I don't think I'd get involved in all of the stuff, especially considering the main antagonist of this series is Mr. Tiny. Everyone knows what Mr. Tiny is like. I would be one of the people who says, yo, I ain't fighting with Mr. Tiny right now. I'm staying away. So I think I'd survive, and I'd be quite happy with that. Next, I decided to pick a series which we all know I would die in. The Hunger Games! Anyone who thinks I would survive in the Hunger Games, in a big arena, battling to the death, is stupid. I definitely wouldn't survive this. I know I wouldn't. I'd be useless. For starters, you have to either run to get some packs and get some supplies, or run away. I don't know if you've seen me. I am not in physical form for running very much. I could probably meander slowly. I just have to hope people wouldn't come for me. I think the first thing I would do if the Hunger Games started was, instead of run for the supplies, I would run away. But I've tried climbing a tree. I fell out. Didn't really work. So I wouldn't be able to climb a tree. I'd probably be able to hide in like a cave or something, maybe. But I think eventually I would die. They would either find me and murder me, or I would just die of an accident because I'm stupid. Like, I know for a fact I would not survive. I'd be, what are they called? I can't remember what they're called from the second book, but they're the people, there's someone who won the Hunger Games previously, who basically won by hiding, and then everyone else killed each other, and this one was the last one left just because she hid the entire way through. I'd be that person. That'd be me. I'd do that. But with how long these games last, I wouldn't get any sponsors because I wouldn't do anything. I'd probably get killed by these game master people who set fires around me or try and drown me just to make it a bit more exciting. I probably would die doing that. But I definitely think I would just run away at the start. I would run and hide as much as I can, and then I think I would probably succumb to lack of care for myself because I'd be too scared to go out and find food or water or supplies, because I think if I walk out of this cave, I'll probably get killed, so I'll stay in the cave and then die anyway. I'm useless. I ain't surviving until the end. Let's be fair. Alright, the third one. Gone. Now, if you don't know what the premise of Gone is, it is about people basically being trapped in a town where everyone above the age of 15 is gone and they've disappeared. I don't think I'd necessarily cause a problem. I think it depends, because with this it really does depend. If you are one of the normal children, probably wouldn't matter to me. I'd probably get on with life, go through the trauma of having my entire family and friends disappear. This is under the presumption that I am under 15 at the time of being in this, because I could easily just say, I wouldn't survive because I'm over 15 and I'd disappear, but that's pretty boring, isn't it? That's not the point of the game. If I was under 15, I would probably be one of the normal children, wouldn't get involved too much. Life would be fine for me. I'd just get on with it. If I was one of the kids with the supernatural powers, I probably wouldn't survive so much because there are people after the supernatural power kids, and I don't think I'd be able to outrun them, no matter what my power was. But it's interesting to think, what would my power be? I don't know. I'm going to have to think of that separately. But I want to know what my power would be. So basically, if I was a normal child, I think I would. If I was one of the children with the powers, not so much, if I'm honest. I think I would just kind of get on with my life, and then as soon as I hit the age of 15, I'd poof into unexistence like everyone else when it comes to the age of 15. I think that's how I'd do it. I'd just live my life knowing I was dead at 15. That'd probably be me. Okay, fourthly, and I chose the Mortal Instruments. I think I'd do okay. If do I go on the premise of if I was a Shadowhunter? Or do I go on the premise of if I was someone within the Shadowhunter world? Because if I was someone in the Shadowhunter world, I've really thought this one out. What supernatural being would I be? I think I would really suit being a fairy. I really do. Because they're tricksters, they're quite smart, they're not the type of people who'll just rush head first into things. They're quite logical, they pick their battles based on what betters them. I like that. I also like the fact that they can't lie, so it's all about clever wordplay, and I studied psychology. I'm all about the mind and clever wordplay and stuff like that. I think I'd do really well as a fairy. And if I was a fairy, they don't really get involved unless it betters them. So there's an extremely good chance I'll be fine. But now, if I had to be a Shadowhunter because that's what this series focuses on, I'm as good as dead because I can't fight for crap. I'm the type of person, you know, when you're younger and you have like a sweeping brush and you try and do all the karate moves, I'm the one that hit myself in the face. So I wouldn't survive if I was a Shadowhunter because I also have a fear of blood. So, you know, stab. Ugh! No, I wouldn't be able to cope. That'd be quite drastic, wouldn't it? So if I got to choose, I'd choose a fairy. I'd be fine because fairies stay out of things because not my business. If I had to be a Shadowhunter, I'd like to say I'd survive because people would save me. I think I'd be the idiot that just gets stuck in these things, in these situations, and someone always has to save me. And yeah, I think I'd be that guy. But if I actually had to fight, yeah, I'm dead. When it comes to a big battle, I'm dead. 100%. And finally, the final book I chose was It by Stephen King. I thought with Horror-a-thon coming up, I'm going to be reading this soon. I thought I would just give it a go. Would I survive it? Probably not. I am terrified of clowns, so that doesn't bode well. And it's a bit creepy. I think I would fit in well with the Losers Club, though, if I'm honest. All of my knowledge of this just comes from the movie because I haven't read the book. But I think I would fit in well with the Losers Club because they're all kind of like the outcasts. They all have good friendships. I think I'd really fit in with that group. But I definitely think I would be the one that dies. I'm quite inept. Is that the word? I'm not good when it comes to doing things. Go pick that up. Okay, I'll drop it. Like, I'm that person. I'm very useless in a group. I'm very smart. Academically really smart. Street smart, not so much. But I think I'd be very good at coming up with a plan on how we can defeat it. I'd be good at doing the research. I'd be good at doing things. But then when it actually came to doing it, I'd be like, oh, Jesus, that's a clown. And I don't think I'd do too well. But you know what? I'm actually changing my mind. I honestly think I would survive. As much as I'm scared of clowns, I think if I put my, like, if I knew that in order to win, I had to convince myself not to be scared of this clown and I had to just get on with it, I think I'd do it. I would. Because I've been scared of many things and I've just had to grow up and handle it and deal with it. And I think I'd do that. I think in my life I've had experiences where I've been terrified and I've been so scared, and in the end I've just had to say, shh, stop being scared, go do it because that is your job. And I think if I was in the Losers Club and I'd been tasked with the fact that I had to help defeat Pennywise, I would say, don't be scared of this stupid clown. You know what you gotta do. Go ahead and do it. And I think I'd be that person. So as much as I'm scared of clowns, I honestly think I would be able to do it. So really, I'm surviving a bit. I think I'd survive this one. I think I'd survive this one if I got to choose what supernatural being I was. If not, I would definitely die as a shadow hunter. I think I would definitely survive until it became impossible for me to survive with this one. I'm dead, let's be honest. And I'd survive this one. So overall, that is not too bad. I survived more than I honestly thought I would. Maybe I'm being generous to myself, but I honestly think I wouldn't do too bad. So I'm happy with this. How would you guys do? I want everyone to do this. Who can I tag? I'm going to go with Emily from Emily Kathleen Reads, Mel from A Book Fiend Named Mel, Dina from Books Yada Yada, and Becca from Becca's Bookshelves. I want you guys to do this tag. Would you survive books? Pick 5 of your favourite books, or pick 5 books where there is a possibility of you dying. Don't pick a romance and say, yeah, of course I'd survive. You know how it goes, guys. Pick 5 books where there is a potential for you to die and tell me, would you survive? Alright guys, that is it from me. Thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it. Make sure you comment down below and make sure you give me a like and you are subscribed, I really appreciate it. If you've made it this far, in keeping with the Would I Survive challenge, put a skull or skull and crossbones down below to let me know that you've made it this far. And that is it from me guys. So really thank you so much for watching and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!